Welcome to the Fast Track to Profitable Consulting Firm Growth. This is Bill McCabe with SoftNet Search Partners in Denver. We'd like to welcome you to our webinar today. What we'd like to discuss today is we'd like to give you an overview of the consulting market from three different viewpoints. We'd like to give you some ideas on how to increase your consulting revenue. Also like to give you some ideas on creating a top talent attraction plan for your company. And at the end, we'd like to provide you with a free report, 7 killer mistakes putting up top consultants from joining your firm. What am I and who do I know? I am a recovering CPA. I've been recruiting for 17 years. I'm the happy father of 2 college-age boys. I spend as much time as I can in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado, hiking, mountain biking, snowshoeing with my wife. I've been the director of public relations for a software company, director of recruiting for a business intelligence software vendor, and the founder and CEO of SoftNet Search. In my 17 years, I have worked primarily in the software and professional services world with various companies such as JD Edwards, Oracle, PeopleSoft, IBM, Deloitte, Arrow Electronics, and La-Z-Boy. What we've learned is to grow your firm, you need to attract the right clients by hiring the right talent. At the end of this presentation, we'll give you a report detailing precisely how your competitors are doing this. What we'd like to do initially is take a little view of the marketplace through Gartner by looking at their forecasted growth of IT spending from 2012 to 2014 that came out in 2013. If you look at the items highlighted in red, what it shows is basically there will be a significant growth rate between 2013 and 2014. In fact, if you look at that, 2013 is only 2%, 2014 is 4.1%. If you look at the individual items, you look at telecom services will have a significant growth. IT services will have a significant growth. Enterprise software will have a smaller growth. Data center services will have a large growth, and also will devices. It's interesting to note that all of these particular elements of IT spending are essentially going to double their growth rate between 2013 and 2014. Once again, key takeaways are that in 2014, we've doubled the growth rate from 2013. Devices, IT services, and telecom services all will double. Another view of the global consulting outlook is provided by Plunkett Research. And Plunkett Research basically is forecasting that worldwide consulting revenue will be up from $391 billion to about $415 billion in 2013. And this is, although only a 6% increase, it's important to note that there are a number of different reasons for this, which we will outline in our next slide. 5 growth areas for consulting firms are healthcare digital records, reduced business costs, cash flow efficiency, government financial services, reducing employee benefit costs, and anything involved with corporate expansion, mergers, and acquisitions. The continued growth in healthcare expenditures and significant changes in healthcare coverage are creating demand for consulting projects. This includes a focus on digital health records and a dramatic need for a greater efficiency and cost control. And number 2, consultancies that focus on projects that clearly reduce business costs and enhance operating ratios in a reasonably short period of time will find a ripe corporate market, such as consultants who focus on cash flow enhancement, supply chain efficiency, and manufacturing efficiency. Number 3, government financial services. Vast new labyrinths of government regulation will create numerous opportunities for consultants who can show companies how to navigate rapidly changing relationships between government and certain industries. or deal with government oversight, particularly in the financial services and healthcare. Number 4 is reducing employee benefit costs. Consultants who assist firms in lowering employee benefit costs are in high demand. And number 5, corporate expansion, mergers, and acquisitions. Consultants and advisors in the field of corporate acquisitions, corporate expansion into emerging markets, information technology, mergers, and acquisitions will be in high demand. In addition to these, for the near term, the biggest opportunities for IT consulting growth will like 3 exciting areas: big data, cloud-based IT infrastructure, and mobile apps and data services. Another view of the market is from the Big Four, bulking up their consulting muscle after Sarbanes and Enron. The Big Four consulting firms, as currently comprised of Deloitte, PricewaterhouseCoopers, Ernst & Young, and KPMG, have seen quite a change in their particular consulting market from 10 years ago. 10 years ago, after Sarbanes-Oxley and Enron, they were forced to actually disband a number of their advisory services practice, and now they are starting to actually bring them in a little bit faster. If you notice the growth rate of their advisory services practice, it's essentially 4 times the growth rate of their audit practices, which is pretty significant for these types of firms. The Big Four currently comprise 17% of global revenue. At their current growth rate, double digit I might add, this is planning to be 35% by 2020. And at Deloitte, consulting revenue now exceeds audit revenue. Key factors for these firms are they have familiar brand names, they have very extensive distribution channels, they have pricing power, and they've also taken a big line in terms of doing acquisitions for this. But it's not without certain post-Sarbanes independence issues, the kind of things that got them in trouble and created, actually, Sarbanes-Oxley after Enron. As you can see from the 3 previous examples, it appears that the consulting market going into 2014 appears relatively healthy. And there are a number of opportunities for consulting firms. Today's business-to-business buyers research more sources, involve more stakeholders, and take more time in making their purchasing decisions than ever before, which has a huge trend with implications for consulting firms. 99% of business buyers will come looking for you when they're ready to buy. You better look sharp. This has to do with not only your website, your online presence, but your social media strategy, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, anything that you put out to the industry and to the market basically has to be crisp and clean, and has to have a good message to the market. 25 to 50% of companies' annual revenues is attributable to leads that are tied to marketing programs. If you hire top talent, those that can close, this will help with this. And 47% of marketers rank focusing on lead quality over lead quantity as a top priority. I'm sure you will agree with this. As we see it, there's potentially 3 paths to growth that we'll address today. Obviously, there's more than that, but 1 is increasing prices, 2 is increasing the number of clients, and 3 is increasing the value of transactions. If you ask any consulting firm why they lost the last bid, most will tell you they lost it based on price. The truth is most clients are won by the firm that stacked the odds in their favor, or by influencing their process before price comes into play. Many consulting firms plan to grow by increasing the number of clients. The truth is, if they aren't the right kind of clients, it's actually going to be an anti-growth strategy. As we see it, it's important to identify the right clients based on A as premium clients, B as mid-level clients, and C as time wasters. Premium clients have high expectations and are willing to pay to have them met. They account for about 20% of the actual clients. Those are the client top firms compete for, and you can too, as we go back to the old 80-20 world. Second is mid-level clients. Mid-level clients have a low order expected value, such as great customer service that must be met by your firm. They account for 20% of the potential clients. Your aim should be to convert these clients to premium clients. C is time wasters. These are underpaying and overutilizing your firm's resources, and they count for 60% of your potential clients. Should aim to convert to mid-level clients or actually cut them loose. The premium principle involves understanding what types of clients you have and trying to see if you can move a number of your clients into the premium area. If you understand where you fit in the market, you could undersell themselves, you could potentially actually raise price. If you believe in the value of your services, target new clients confidently with increased prices, you might be amazed by the results. Concurrently, if you aim to convert 10% of your existing clients to premium clients each year, and to push out clients who drain your firm's resources by underpaying and overutilizing your talent. As in terms of increasing the value of the clients, you should try to make it as easy as possible for existing customers to do business with you. You should consider providing additional value, building customer loyalty, potentially offering complementary services or services that you hadn't really thought about that might give you a leg up the next time something comes out for bid. It's also important to be very consistent in response, follow-up, and communication with customers. If you share that new research data and you actually grow with your client, you might be able to set yourself apart from the other people that might be trying to break into your particular client base. You might also consider what we call a client attraction plan. And a client attraction plan is a systematic process, which is sort of an ongoing process, which has to do with a number of different elements that allow you to always be marketing. And this is composed of, one is targeting, two is a compelling message, three is some form of media, social media, or email, four is an irresistible offer, five is some sort of lead capture or means of response, six is a short-term follow-up, and seven is a long-term follow-up. In targeting your ideal customer, it's important to understand who your ideal customer is. And you target your customer by industry, by size, by location, etc. And it's important to define their needs and their problems. And it's important to articulate not only in your communication with them, but in your media and your website, how do your services fulfill their need? And how do your services solve each of their problems? You need to create a compelling message with compliments to Envision Consulting. If you connect with your audience, you know your target audience, and you understand their problems and challenges, you understand it's not about the prospect, and you need to provide reassurance. If you provide the benefits to your solution, that is, you can save them time, money, make life easier, whatever, and provide proof through the use of testimonials, referrals, research, and case studies. Also, solution features only after other bases are covered. And then finally, a call to action. Make an appointment or consultation or proceed with the sale. Media, social media, and email. Your initial reach out to your target market can be through a number of different sources. It can be through email, email marketing, pay-per-click advertising, Facebook advertising, direct mail, webinars, YouTube video, or telephone. One of the most common things we see these days is the use of some form of social media with a landing page, which articulates the types of information that your client wants and articulates what kind of offering you have, which then generates an email to follow up with that particular person. You need to make an irresistible offer. With compliments to Jonathan Mead, you need to make the outcome plain as day to see. You need to create an offer that alleviates pain, and you need to use social proof to make the decision easier. You need to make the value outweigh the perceived or the real cost, and you need to center your offer around the active seeker and create an astonishing guarantee, and induce a center of belonging and identification in your offer. You need to have a lead capture or means of response, some form of email capture or some forms of communication through a use of an autoresponder. In these day and age, you're probably familiar with Constant Contact, MailChimp, Aweber, a number of the autoresponders. And those use a landing page or some form of a squeeze page, which can be done off of your website or some other thing that basically presents a series of situations or problems to your customer and allows them to respond and reach out and raise their hand and say, yes, they would like some information on how to solve a particular problem or how your solution might fit what they're doing. Short-term follow-up have to do with lead nurturing. And it's interesting that if you look at the statistics, that 80% of the sales are made between the 5th and the 12th contact. 25% of people make 2 contacts and stop. 12% of the people make 3 contacts and stop. Only 10% make more than 3 contacts. But since 80% of the sales are made between the 5th and the 12th contact, important point is to not give up and go beyond the 3rd contact, because if you do, you have gotten rid of 90% of your competition. Long-term follow-up could be with the use of an automated follow-up process with emails, letters, webinars, teleseminars, Twitter, YouTube videos, telephone, and automated voice messages. To increase the number of clients, you might consider increasing the customer satisfaction or adding more value or helping customers solve their problems. Top firms are attracting top billers in the industry, the ones who attract premium clients. If you can compete with them, all you need is a top talent attraction plan. What are the implications to you if these top billers are working for your competitors? And what are the implications for you and your company? How to create a top talent attraction plan. We've looked at 7 different elements of a top talent attraction plan involved in this day and age. 1 is your website, 2 is LinkedIn, 3 is Facebook, 4 is Twitter, 5 is YouTube, 6 is referrals, 7 is content distribution, 8 is search firm. My apologies for the numbering. First is your website. Your website should be a lead generating machine for potential talent, and subscribe to the AIDA principle. A is grab their attention, I is hold their interest, D is state what they desire, and A is call them to take an action. Research shows that you've just got 8 seconds to grab your website visitors' interest. So when they do hit your home page, you need to present them with a clear and pressing reason to stay. And that means some form of a headline or a call to action. If you would switch from an online brochure model, which is what most websites are designed like, to a lead generation model, you can then use your target market based on industries and specialties with the intent to get them to give you their name and email address and potentially to explore the benefits of working with you. We all know how important websites are in terms of looking at a particular product. We just had to include something from the news just the other day. LinkedIn. LinkedIn is probably the number 2 on social media. It currently has 228 million users and is the 6th most visited site. It is doing 100 million new sites per minute. With LinkedIn, you could use employer branding. I don't know if you're aware, but if you don't have a LinkedIn company page, you definitely should have a LinkedIn company page with a careers tab and a services tab. This will allow you to promote your company on an ongoing basis to the various different people on LinkedIn. If you create your own group, you can also invite broadcast people and reach out to people. It's important to view your own profile either as the president, CEO of a company or as a major player in the company, and basically optimize it and try to create less of an online brochure and less of a resume, and try to tailor it more towards what you could potentially do for someone that might be coming to your page. You also can post openings on the jobs tab, and you can join groups and actually share content. In terms of advertising, there's also various different advertising available on LinkedIn. There's employer branding through your company page. There's career tabs and service tabs. There's targeted pay-per-click advertising, and there's company page sponsored ads. Facebook. Most people don't look at Facebook as having as much business ideas as LinkedIn. But what we're finding is more and more people, especially more in terms of the baby boomers age, are using Facebook, not just to connect with their old people they went to high school, but also with other people. Currently, as we speak, it has approximately 1.26 billion users, has 128 million active users in the United States, has 10 billion messages daily. An astonishing 30% of Americans get their news from Facebook on a daily basis. 50% of users actually log in daily, and they spend an average of 20 minutes online in terms of the site. With Facebook, you can do, as with LinkedIn, employer branding. You can create a company page, which can actually distribute your information. You can keep track of the number of likes and try to create some buzz around your particular company page. And you can also distribute content and video on your company page. Recruiting on Facebook. Current companies, Pepsi, Gap, AIG, and Oracle have had a big lead in doing some recruiting on Facebook. In addition, there are a number of third-party things that you can use to help you with your Facebook recruiting. One is BranchOut, 2 is Work4, 3 is Identified, 4 is JobFight. You also can use Facebook targeted ads. Twitter. I found the definition of Twitter, it was kind of interesting. I was trying to say it's a light chirping sound made by certain birds, agitation or excitement, flutter. It has 232 million active users worldwide. It's been around for about 7.5 years. It has 100 million daily active users worldwide and about 52 million in the United States. 75% of the monthly active users are on mobile devices, and 70% of Twitter's ad revenue is for mobile, tablets, and smartphones. Twitter has never made a profit to this point in time, but as we speak here in early December of 2013, it went public in the past 2 months, and it has a market cap that would probably dwarf some of the major players on the Fortune 100 or Fortune 500. It's important for Twitter not just to tweet information or snippets about your requisitions. You need to tell people why they should work at your company. You can give tips on interviews or talk about how your job is going, exciting companies you work for. These bits of information are extremely valuable to an audience. Followers will listen if you act real and have a professional persona, but a believable one people can relate to. Super connectors, those with many followers on Twitter, are invaluable because they provide leads on qualified candidates and feedbacks on resumes. They believe in sharing for the sake of sharing and will help you find good candidates if you treat them well. You can do a number of things with keyword and phrase research for users, new followers on Twitter. We've done some work with a product called TweetAdder, which allows you to view the Twitter universe and find people with a certain interest or skill set with a particular area. Referrals. Referrals, if you don't have a referral strategy, we suggest that you implement one as soon as possible and make it worthwhile for your employees to refer people to you. Some of the major players like Deloitte and IBM have actually gotten their referrals bonus up to the $3,000 to $5,000 level, so that now it makes sense for those kind of people to potentially bring someone to the table. You might also want to look at how often you ask for referrals, and you might want to create a systematic plan to ask as frequently as possible for referrals. YouTube. YouTube has more than 1 billion unique visitors every month. It has about 6.5 billion hours of video watched each month, and there's 100 hours of video uploaded each minute. Nielsen estimates that YouTube reaches more adults 18 to 34 than any cable network. In YouTube, you can create a channel with your business name. You can upload videos to your channel and create some compelling content to share. And you can do some things with YouTube optimization, with title, with description, and also a transcript of some of the videos that you're actually loading to YouTube. Content distribution. You can create valuable content such as blogs, posts, and ebooks. Share the content with your social channels, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and determine which are the most popular and promote your most popular content, capturing new visitors and leads. Thanks to the Content Marketing Institute. Headhunters. You can find one that specializes in your area, ask for referrals, find out about their process, and ask for a timeline in filling the search. A year from now, if you're at a conference, people come up to you, ask you why I've been so successful at growing your firm, you can sit back and chuckle and say hard work. But you may also remember how you got there, potentially if you use the Key Talent Attraction Plan. A recap of what we covered today. We tried to give you an overview of the consulting firm market from not only a view of Gartner, but also some of the other people in addition to the big four consulting firms. And it painted a very good picture for 2014 in terms of some of the key areas that we might look at in terms of for expansion. We also made some suggestions on how to increase your consulting revenue by getting more clients, raising prices, and doing more business with your current clients. We also looked at your top talent attraction plan, which was sort of a company design thing which brings top talent to you. And as we promised at the end, we'd like to offer you our free report, 7 Killer Mistakes Putting Off Top Consultants from Joining You. What you'll discover is why best consultants will not join you, the one thing consultants are looking for, the biggest mistakes made by consulting firms, and how to ensure best consultants say yes. Here's your free download for our sub-reports. If you'd like additional information about some of the resources we cited from Gartner, Plunkett Research, or from the big four consulting firms, you can take these here. And once again, if you have any additional questions or comments, we're always looking for your feedback on additional topics that you might see relative to consulting firms, how to make the consulting more profitable, how to sell more, those types of topics. Once again, thank you again for your time today, and have a wonderful day. Thanks.